In 1977, Harvey Milk was the first openly gay man elected into public office. He gave a speech in 1978 responding to the oppression that the homosexual community faced all too often. He drew a line in the sand, calling all people to adopt a more accepting mentality of sexual preference and promote equality throughout America. His message is still relevant, continuing to implore the citizens of this country to give hope to those who feel discrimination. The Hope Speech by Harvey Milk. So about 6 months ago, Anita Bryant said in her Speaking to God that the drought in California was because of gay people. Then on November 9th, the day after I was elected, it started to rain. Then on the day I was sworn in, we walked into City Hall and it was kind of nice out. But as soon as I said the words, "I do," it started to rain again. It's been raining ever since, and the people of San Francisco figured that the only way to stop it is to do a recall petition. But anyway, why are we here? Why are gay people here? What's happening? What's happening to me is the antithesis of what you might hear about on the radio or read in the newspapers. And what you might hear or read about is this movement to the right. That we must band together and fight back this movement to the right. But what I'm here to tell you today is that what you hear and read about, it's simply what they want you to think, because it's not happening. You see, the major media in this country, they want the legislators to believe that there is, in fact, a movement to the right. And so then the legislators and the congressmen and the city councilmen begin a movement to the right as the major media wants them to. So they keep talking about this movement to the right. But let's take a look at 1977 and see if there was, in fact, a movement to the right. In 1977, gay people lost their rights in Miami. But you have to remember that in the week before and in the week after, the word gay or homosexual was mentioned in every single newspaper across the nation, on every radio station, on every TV station, and in every household. For the first time in the history of humanity, everybody was talking about it. And unless you have dialogue, unless you break down the walls of dialogue, you can never hope to change anyone's opinions. But in those 2 weeks, more good and bad. But more was written about the words gay or homosexual than ever in mankind. And once you have that dialogue, you know you can break down prejudice. And in 1977, we had that dialogue. In 1977, the first gay man was elected in San Francisco. In 1977, marijuana was decriminalized in Mississippi. And in 1977, the Convention of Conventions was held in Houston. And honestly, I'm just wondering where this movement to the right is. But what that is a record of what happened last year. What we must do now is continue this movement that the major media doesn't want you to know about. And that is the movement to the left. It is up to CDC to put pressure on Sacramento, but to also break down walls and barriers, so that not only the movement to the left can continue, but so that progress in this country can continue. We have started an issue. And this issue is understanding the importance of a gay man running for office, and the importance of their election. I know today in this room, many of you running for the Central Committee who are, in fact, gay. And I encourage you. And I have a major reason why, and if my non-gay friends and supporters can understand this, then they'll understand why I've run so often before I finally made it. And you see, there is a controversy in the convention. concerning the gay governor. Is he strong enough to speak out? Is he strong enough for gay rights? There is a controversy, and saying that there isn't would be foolish. Some people are satisfied, but some people are not. You see, there is a major difference, and it remains a vital difference between a friend and a gay person. Between a friend in office and a gay person in office. Gay people have been slandered nationwide. We have been tarred and brushed with this image of pornography, and in Dade County we were accused of child molestation. It is no longer a time where we can be represented by our friends, no matter how good of a friend they may be. Instead, what we must do is give them a chance to judge us by those who are gay and by those who are themselves visible. Because invisible, we remain a myth. A person with no friends, no parents, no brothers and sisters, and no important positions in employment. 1/10 of the nation composed of stereotypes and would-be child seducers. And a gay person in office, they can set a tone. They can command respect from not only the larger community, but from the younger community, who need our examples and our hope. I can never forget the faces of people who've lost hope. Be they gay, be they seniors, be they blacks looking for an almost impossible job, or be they Latins trying to express their dreams and aspirations in a tongue that's foreign to them. I personally will never forget that people are more important than buildings. And I say I because I am proud. I stand here tonight before my gay brothers, sisters, and friends because I am proud of you. I believe that it's about time that we have many legislators who are gay and proud of the fact, and who do not have to remain in the closet. I think that a gay person up front will not walk away from responsibility and be afraid of being tossed out of office. After Dade County, I walked the streets with the angry and the frustrated night after night, and I looked at their faces. And in San Francisco, 3 days before Gay Pride Day, a man was killed simply because he was gay. And that night, I walked the streets with the sad and the confused at City Hall. And later that night, as they lit candles on Castro Street and stood in silence, reaching out for some symbolic thing that would give them hope. These were strong people. These were people whose faces I'd seen in the shops and in the streets and in meetings, and people whose faces I'd never seen before, but I knew that these were strong people. But even they needed hope. And for all of the young people in the Altoona, Pennsylvanias and the Richmond, Minnesotas who are coming out and seeing Anita Bryant and her story, all they have to look forward to is hope. So we must give it to them. Hope for a better world. Hope for a better tomorrow. Hope for a better place to come to if the pressures at home are too great. Hope that everything will be all right. Because without hope, not just the gays, but the blacks, the seniors, the handicapped, the us's will give up. And if you elect to the Central Committee and other committees more gay people, they will act as a green light to those who feel disenfranchised, a green light to move forward. Because in a nation that has otherwise given up hope, a gay person in office means that a door is open for everyone. So, if I had one message to give, one overriding thing that I've learned from my campaign, it would be that a gay person in office acts as a green light. And you You must give them hope.